Yes. Okay. Oh yeah, we're recording 4 seconds. Okay. So, Mike Waters from Phase One Sports, I appreciate you hopping on today to discuss the GHL assembly next week. You're going to be a speaker at this event. It's July 10th, 11th, and 12th here in Las Vegas. It's a big deal, sponsored by High Level. And we have hundreds of business owners kind of coming together to learn from some of the best. And you are ranked among the best. You were just telling me your story, and I mean, it's phenomenal. So can you, before we kind of go into the event, can you just tell the viewers a little bit about who you are, what you do?
Yeah, for sure. First of all, man, appreciate jumping on, man, and spending a couple minutes with you. So, like you said, Mike Waters, man, I've been in the sports industry for now about 21 years. It all kind of stemmed from me playing football, playing sports at an early age. Once I got ready to come out of high school, was doing pretty good in football. That was my sport. And I had 2 scholarship offers at the time. Then I realized, or I learned, that I did not qualify academically. So not being able to accept those scholarships was really super impactful for a 17-year-old. And luckily I kind of said, you know what, I still want to play football. I still love the sport. What do I need to do? So I ended up going to a junior college, Mount Sac down in Southern California. And then ultimately I transferred to UNLV with the goal of playing Division I football. So the cool thing is, by the time I got to UNLV and kind of finished up my football career, it became very clear, like, the role that sports played for me. You know what I mean? Kept me out of trouble, kept me out the streets, put me on the path to college. And now I've had totally different experiences than a lot of the people that I grew up with. So it became pretty clear. So I said, you know what? It's time to go into a career. Everyone's saying, hey, you're going to go to the Strip. You're going to be the marketing director at the Bellagio, or, all these cool hotels. And I was like, nope, I want to help high school athletes get scholarships. And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, I'm going to help high school athletes get scholarships because I know what it did for me. And I know I can do the same for hundreds of athletes. So no one really believed in the business idea. Everyone said it was a hobby. Sounds like something you do on the weekends, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But, I was 25, I'll say young and dumb, and I just didn't believe it. I just kept working. And here we are 21 years later with multiple locations. Over 800 athletes have received scholarships through the program, mentoring to hundreds of young athletes. And the majority of those are right here from Las Vegas. We do work with athletes outside of Vegas, but the majority is right here in our backyard. So definitely take a lot of pride in playing a role in these young people's future.
Man, Mike, 800 athletes have gone on to get scholarships to colleges. That's a big, big deal, man. You should be very proud of that.
No, thank you. Yes, definitely. It's very rewarding, and especially now that I've been doing it so long. So now I have athletes that came through the program, and now their kids are in the program. So that's awesome. a weird, you're getting old, but not really kind of a thing.
That's got to be an interesting dynamic.
So you have
your dad was here, or your mom was here.
Yeah, it's weird. It's a weird vibe, but it works. I guess it shows longevity, right?
And so I think what I like most about this story is that not only are you helping young kids, young adults go on to do bigger and better things beyond high school. Some of them probably didn't even think that it was a possibility, but you turn it into a lucrative business. You've been around for 21 years. I know firsthand. My daughter is one of your athletes. And she speaks, nothing but praise about what you guys do, and she looks forward to going to her sessions every single day. So, wow, that's a big deal, man. You should be very proud of yourself for that, and your team, of course.
Yeah.
Sure. So you said earlier that you also have a program where you teach other people how to make a business similar to yours, or to push past and be able to create something similar to what you've done.
Yeah. So one of the programs that I do, so my main focus, of course, is student athletes. That's okay. Where, my passion lies. That's what I've done for years. But one of the things that happened early on when people said, hey, this business isn't going to work, or it sounds like a hobby. Once I got all that, only thing that it meant to me was I needed to learn more about business, I needed to learn more about marketing, about competitive analysis. I needed to kind of understand the business side because I knew the training and the sports and all that. I mean, that's what I've been doing since I was 6. So I knew that would be the easy part. So by me kind of understanding that early over the years, I've really poured a lot of time and energy into learning how to be a better business person, better entrepreneur, how to be more strategic, how to create more systems, things that are going to make the business successful, even though it's a quote unquote passion business that doesn't seem like it makes it 21 years with multiple locations. And I haven't had a actual job in, I think, 16 or 18 of those 21 years. Now I tell people, when I first started, all I needed was the 2 tacos from 99 cents at Jack in the Box, and I was pretty much good for the day. So it wasn't like, I don't want to paint the picture that there was, thousands upon thousands of dollars coming in early. Yeah. But at the end of the day, I just had to learn business. So now what I've been doing for the last few years is just doing some business coaching, making myself available. And really it comes down to not necessarily teaching you about your business, because obviously it's your business, but teaching you the mindset of an elite level athlete. And to me, that's the game changer or could be the difference between success and failure, and also longevity. It's taking care of your body, your health, your mindset, basically treating your business the same way Kobe Bryant treated his career as a Laker. It's a mindset that made him become who he became. It wasn't just that he was a good basketball player. So those are kind of some of the principles that we've adopted and shared with other business owners.
Yeah, he became a great basketball player because of the beliefs and the determination and the behaviors that he created over his lifetime. And you're spot on, man. That's fantastic. You just reminded me, like 99-cent tacos. I remember having a conversation with my wife early on. Like, we figured out all the cheap ways to eat. We're like, okay, we're only going to eat out one night a week, and it's going to be on Tuesday because tacos are $1 a piece. We can feed the whole family for $10, things like that.
Love it.
We're getting rid of the cable. We're getting rid of, we're going to go down to just internet. We'll do Netflix, that kind of thing.
100%.
Owning a business and starting a business involves sacrifice, and you've clearly demonstrated that that's something that you're willing to do and push through it. So, I think you hit it right on the spot, man. Like, I wasn't there, but I mean, I can envision like people saying, "Oh, that's not a business. That's a hobby." Like, you helping people on the side, and a lot of people make it a hobby. You turned something that people envisioned as a hobby or not a business into a full-fledged successful business, and I can appreciate that, man. That's fantastic.
Thank you, sir.
I'm looking forward to seeing you next week at the event. It's at the Kiln in Las Vegas. It's called the Assembly. It's on July 10th, 11th, and 12th. If you haven't got your tickets, get your tickets now at ghlassembly.com. But Mike, man, I appreciate you being on here, man. Thank you.
I appreciate it, man. I'm definitely excited about this event and bringing some energy. And I'm a different guy. I'm going to bring some energy on stage, but I'm also going to be at the event so I can soak up some information and some energy.
I love it,
man. So you never stop learning as a business, as an entrepreneur. I mean, the minute you feel like you know it all is the minute it starts to go downhill. So, so definitely, I'm excited, man. So I really appreciate the invitation and looking forward to hanging out with you guys for a couple of days and sharing some insight.
All right. I appreciate it, Mike. Thank you very much for being on.
Yep. Appreciate you. Talk to you soon.
We're good, Marikar.